Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
And welcome back, everyone. I was just reading this morning that music icon Rod Stewart is taking classes for this one particular thing. And I'm actually very surprised. I give him a lot of credit as a man. He's taking classes on how to handle menopause so he better understands it with his wife partner. I think that was fantastic. Yes, there's a lot of misunderstanding surrounding menopause, especially when it comes to men, but even women, a lot of challenges there. But as I'm learning, acupuncture can support it, make you feel better, help you through that journey. Let's learn more about that. She is somebody who harnesses the power of Chinese medicine in many different ways, including acupuncture. It's great to have her back here. She's our professional of the year. Dr. Kelly from New York City is back on the program. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, Steve. How are you doing?
Looking forward to learning more about menopause and how you can support women in this journey. And once again, I say it every time we get together. I'm shocked how acupuncture is for many different things, and now it's definitely for menopause. So what do you want to start today?
So, Chinese medicine and Western medicine always have different definition about the same, let's say, same disease or same medical term. So Chinese medicine, we have different patterns for menopause. Like we have liver qi stagnation, we have like kidney yang deficiency, we have kidney yin deficiency, we have liver and kidney yin deficiency, and we have kidney and heart disharmony. So we can take one example like kidney and heart disharmony to talk about menopause, the cause, the symptoms, how to treat it.
So when we're dealing with menopause, acupuncture, all right, let's go for one of the main symptoms, hot flashes. Big challenge. What happens with acupuncture there?
So let's say, for example, when people have menopause and the pattern is heart and kidney disharmony, usually the cause can be aging. When we enter into a certain age, our body change, the hormone change. But in Chinese medicine, like if the kidney is failing to warm the heart, it's kind of like kidney is the water, right? In 5 elements, kidney is the water, heart is fire. So the fire and water, they should anchor each other. Like if the kidney and the heart, they can anchor each other, like the water and fire can anchor each other, people are okay. But if the kidney is failing to warm, the heart, then people will have problem like a palpitation or insomnia or dream disturbed sleep, or, they can have the tongue. If you look at their tongue, the tongue is red, and the tip of the tongue even redder than the body of the tongue. And their coating is like scanty, like not much coating, because the yin is not enough, the heat is too much, kind of like dry up the coat. So, and if you check their pulse, it's sane and rapid. So their pulse is kind of like a little bit faster than normal. And it's the same because there's not enough water, not enough volume. So it's same. And but we can treat. We have acupuncture points. We can nourish the kidney. We can tonify the kidney, so give you more water. And we can clear the heart fire. In that way, you will have more fluid in your body to cooling the fire. So you're not going to have like a night sweats, not going to have hot flashes. So your sleeping will get better. We also can have herbal formula to help with. So in that way, you will feel better.
You have opened our eyes to different organs in the body that we don't pay a lot of attention to. But when you look at it through the eyes of Chinese medicine, you realize that they're very impactful. Like you just mentioned the kidney. Now we know it's got an important function. I didn't even know it would be connected to menopause. And then also the spleen. You've mentioned the spleen a ton of times. It's like the forgotten organ in our body. But when it comes to Chinese medicine, it plays a major role. This is what I'm learning from you. Is the spleen connected to some challenges with menopause as well?
Well, yeah, like we have 5 elements, right? In Chinese medicine, 5 elements, like the heart is fire, right? Then going from the counterclockwise from the heart, the fire element, you're going down to earth. Earth is spleen, stomach. From the earth, you're going down then to the lung, which is metal, like large intestine, lung. From metal, go to water, which is kidney and UB. From water going up is wood. Wood is liver, gallbladder, then back to the fire. So the 5 element is like a circle. They can generate to each other, like mother and son. And they can also counteract at each other, like we call it grandmother and grandson. So in that way, yes, the spleen, can do a lot of things to our body. Spleen is earth, right? Earth can going down to the metal, can like, for example, it's maybe a little bit harder to understand, like how the generation cycle, like, for example, how fire can generate earth. You can think about this, like for example, when you have a campfire, right? You put wood in, you light the fire. After the fire done, you kind of like have the dust. It's kind of like earth, right? So in that way, the 5 elements have the generation cycle. So when the spleen is weak, which means the sun is the lung, metal, right? The metal is weak. When the metal is weak, then the next one is kidney. The kidney gonna be weak. So also, earth actually counteract on water. Like think about this, when we have flood, what do we do? We put a lot of earth, right? We put a lot of dirt to block the water to flow out, right? A lot of, when there's the flooding, people carry the heavy sandbag, right? To block the water flow through. So in that way, when the spleen is weak, means the kidney gonna be weak. So when the kidney weak, the kidney cannot anchor the fire. So that's why people have hot flashes, they have night sweats, they have palpitation, they have like a lot of dreams, disturb their sleep. So you're right. When the spleen is weak, it's gonna affect the whole cycle.
Wow. These are all the things we don't realize is what's actually going on, not just menopause, but every other health challenge that we try to pilot through. What's your advice, short of acupuncture, for women that are going through menopause, which you have premenopause, you have postmenopause, and menopause itself can last for years. What's your advice? And then we're going to go and focus on acupuncture. But even before that, what would you suggest?
So, in Chinese medicine, we have a different pattern, right? Depends on what pattern you have. If you have, for example, kidney yang deficiency, then this pattern gonna have a different symptom. People may have cold limbs. People may have edema. Actually, I do have a new patient. Came in. She has knee pain, hip pain, and her her leg, especially lower leg, have very, very bad edema, like very swollen. And her, it's so funny. She had night sweats, but she had cold hand and feet. So that's the one of the symptoms of kidney yang deficiency of the menopause pattern, actually. So for her, I will give her the advice. I said, first, in the summer, AC is everywhere. Try to avoid the AC. That's one of the suggestions.
So with acupuncture, and I asked this question because I know a lot of people wonder about it because, and bless you, that we're talking about needles. So some people have an aversion to that. And we've also identified before that they're extremely fine, that you can typically fit a number of acupuncture needles inside the needle you use to draw blood. So very, very fine, like a hair. But people will wonder, where would you target when you're helping a woman with menopause?
So it depends the pattern. For example, for kidney yang deficiency, I will focus on tonify the kidney. We have kidney yin and kidney yang, but I will tonify the kidney yang. So I will have some points on the belly. I will have some points on the ankle because there is a very good point. It's between we call it the medial it's malleola. Yeah, the ankle, the ankle on the medium and the Achilles tendon. In between, like if you draw a line between the ankle and the Achilles tendon on the medium, the middle point is a very good point called kidney 3. The Chinese pinyin is 太溪. So these points can tonify kidney. Actually, it can tonify both kidney yin and yang, but it's a very good point to tonify kidney. So I will use that point for sure. And if some people have, for example, kidney and heart disharmony, they have palpitation, they have night sweats, I may even use the points on the bottom of the foot, which is a little bit sensitive. I usually warning my patients when I needle that points. It is very helpful. Like if people have like dizziness or even have ADHD, just cannot sit still, or a lot of fear going on, they have palpitation, anxiety, I may use that point on the bottom of the foot. And that's it kidney 1. So that's basically the first point of the kidney channel. Kidney channel is started on the bottom of the foot. I will use that point to join everything down, also to tonify the kidney. So in that way, patients do feel better. They do feel like more calming, more grounded, like anxiety getting better. So it really depends on which pattern.
How long does it last?
How long it lasts? Usually my patients, they said after one acupuncture, it lasts about 3 or 4 days. They're good. Their sleeping is good. Their night sweat is getting better. They feel good for like 3 or 4 days. So that's why I usually telling my patients, when you just started acupuncture, come on in like twice a week or even 3 times a week. So in that way, you got under control. We treated you, you feel better. After 30 days, you may feel worse again, but we treat you again. So you will be good for a whole week. After everything under control, you can come in, maybe once a week.
Wow. And I mean, menopause can last a long time. Would you have to be doing ongoing treatments for the best outcome? Or would you get to a point where I'm feeling good? Maybe a month or two goes by. I'm feeling good. Then you can take some time more time in between treatments.
Yeah, and it also depends on patients. Everybody is different. Some people, they get treatment, they feel better, much faster, and last longer. Some people, like I usually explain like this. Like every day we put on some stress on us, right? Every day we also naturally aging. Our body just somehow naturally declining, our organ, our muscle, everything. So in that way, it's kind of when you do acupuncture, you kind of like fighting with the natural process, right? You're going down. When you do acupuncture, you pull it back a little bit, but every day you're going down again. So it's kind of like I pull you up and you fell down. So it's like a battle. So in that way, I think everybody will be beneficial if you do acupuncture regularly. Like even you don't, like I have some patient coming in, like for example, the boyfriend coming together with the girlfriend, right? The girlfriend getting a treatment. The boyfriend is like, do I need acupuncture? I said, let me check your tongue. I check their tongue, check their pulse. I said, you do. He said, how so? I said, your tongue is very pale, which means you're on deficient side. He said, yes, I sweat a lot, very easily, even I don't do anything. I said, that's why, because you're deficient. And especially your spleen deficient. That's why you're going to have like a digesting problem. He said, yes, I'm bloating, gassing a lot. I said, see, so you do need acupuncture. Even like a lot of people, they may think, I don't have a severe problem, so I don't need any treatment. Like the point, it depends on how do you look at it. Like severe means what? Like you really have the pain, you cannot even go to work, or you like throw up, or you just, feel just nothing can digest after you eat. So if you come on in, I check your tongue, check pulse, from the tongue color, from the coating, from the pulse volume, I can tell you do need treatment or not. So in that way, everybody need acupuncture.
As I've learned from you, yes. And there's a reason why it has been around for centuries and we're still talking about it. Chinese medicine, the more and more you look at the principles, as I have ever since we met, and just before we met, I started using herbal remedies, and game changer. It is just amazing how holistic they are. I've had, some issues with skin cancer, minor skin cancer. It has actually kept it pre-cancer. Herbals have kept it at bay, like it's almost gone away. Yes, I go to a dermatologist. They say, yeah, keep an eye on that. But I can see a visible difference just using some herbal cream that somebody mixed up, a couple of months ago. When it comes to herbals, can that also support somebody with going through menopause symptoms?
Yes, actually, every pattern will have different herbal formula. For example, for the heart and kidney disharmony, we have we have two. One is called 天王补心丹, one is called 黄连阿胶汤. So they both good. They both can help with the menopause of the heart and kidney disharmony pattern. But of course, I don't suggest anybody just go ahead and take some formula without consulting to a Chinese medicine doctor, because they do have to check your tongue, check the pulse to confirm, oh, you are good to take that formula. So don't just take a herbal formula by yourself. Might not be good for you.
Are there, I know we've pivoted over to herbals, but are there side effects with any of them?
Herbal formula is, usually we have different kind of herb inside the herbal formula, kind of like make it to working together. Like some is like a king leading the herbal formula to treat. which pattern. And some herb in the herbal formula is like assistant. Some is like the, the hammer minister, like helping about the king, to leading the herbal formula to treat the pattern. So usually, herbal formula is not so harsh, but, we should choose the correct herbal formula depends on the pattern. So in that way, so don't take any herbal formula just by yourself without consulting to a Chinese medicine doctor.
I find it so interesting, Dr. Kelly, that we are talking about Chinese medicine, which has been around, as we know, a very long time. And doctors, modern doctors, Western medicine, used to check your tongue, check your pulse. That was like one of the first things they do when they walk into the examination room. Hardly ever happens now. Pulse, maybe if you're lucky, usually blood pressure. But these are all things that supported us from back in the day, and we've abandoned them. But I guess maybe modern doctors don't even know what a tongue, the different variations in what they actually mean. Maybe they're not taught that nowadays. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
I think Western medicine and Chinese medicine, we have different approach. Chinese medicine, we are treating the whole body. That's why we always check the tongue, check the pulse. Although people just come in for neck pain. I have a lot of people actually working in the big bank or big tech company just come in for the pain. I'm still going to check the tongue and check the pulse. They are like, I just have pain. You don't need to check my tongue and pulse. I said, I need to because the pain doesn't necessarily just mean you have neck pain. Your pain can be from sitting in front of a computer for more than 8 hours. It can be from the liver qi stagnation. When you have liver qi stagnation, you are kind of like very stressful. You are like intense. Your tongue will show and your pulse will show. In that way, even you're coming in for neck pain, I have to soothe your liver. In that way, after your liver got soothed, your pain will be getting better.
It's amazing how we don't realize those things, because you could have back pain and think it's, your back, your spine, whatever. It could be an ulcer. It could, because it manifests or feels different, but you think, oh yeah, my back is it. No, but it could be something else. But you're getting to the root cause where modern medicine, there's a place for it, but a lot of times it's just, let me give the patient something for the symptoms and let them be on their way. You're running deeper with that, with Chinese medicine and acupuncture. I know that you're in New York City, so obviously you have to be there for acupuncture, but certainly some of the other things you offer with Chinese medicine can be anywhere. How do we find you?
They can go to my website, www.kelly121acupuncture.com. Or they can text me or call me at 347-885-1865. Or they can just send me an email, info@kelly121acupuncture.com.
Truly appreciate all your insight, all your information. You're making me the smartest man in the room, because when I go somewhere, like somebody's drinking a cold beverage, I'm like, did you know that Chinese medicine says that it should be a warm beverage? It's an eye-opener what acupuncture can support, and same thing with Chinese medicine. Thanks so much for being here today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Steve.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
When I was little, I didn't talk for a long time. I liked things to always be the same. Anything new or different would scare and upset me. I was very sensitive to lights and sounds. It was almost like I had bigger eyes and ears than everyone else. So I built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. I didn't like looking people in the eye. It made me feel uncomfortable. I'd throw big tantrums over little things like when my socks didn't match. Sometimes I'd do the same things over and over, until one day I found out I had autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I learned how to live with it better.
You can see signs of autism in children as young as 18 months. Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.